Hi, I'm Federico with Cuddle, and in this quick video, I wanted to show you how to modify some of the sports tags we have designed. So here on the templates page, I'm gonna click on the sports section, and we have a few tags, and I think one of the easiest ones to modify is the basketball bag tag, so I'm gonna use that one as an example. So I can click on it to open it, and the way this one works is that you can customize, the name, and the number, and when you're ready you can download these two, or you can download it, you can click here and you can download these two layers that then you can glue together. In this particular case, these lines for the basketball are engraved, but we can change that. So in order to start modifying it, we can click here where it says open in Cuddle editor. And so I'm gonna get immediately this message that says that this project is owned by Cuddle, and then you need to make a copy so you can save your changes. So I'm gonna click on the button and copy the project, and that's gonna save a different copy to my folder, and it's gonna make it private, so that all the changes that you make are gonna belong to your own project. So once I've done that, let's start looking at the structure of this template. So if I look here on the left-hand side, I can see all the different components or parts that make up this template. So I have the front here, I have the back, and then I have this one that says basketball. And this section here, or this component, only contains sort of like the decorative part, like the lines that make up the basketball. So I think I want to make changes in this component. So, for example, if I click that, and I can hide it, I don't have to delete it. And if I were to add any other shape, I'm gonna drag this shape and give it a fill. Then this shape, let's make it a black fill. Then this shape is gonna show up in the back, and of course it's gonna show up in the cut section. So the idea is that we wanna make the changes there, like we wanna add the other decorative elements there, so they kind of translate into the other components. So let's go back to that. And I'm even gonna rename it. So I'm just gonna call it the decoration, so I can keep track of it. So I don't really need this circle. I'm going to delete it. And in order to help me place the things in the exactly where I want it, I'm actually going to drag the front. I'm going to place it here, and I want to use it as a guide. So if I look at the cut right now, you'll see that now I have like two of the same shapes. But that's because I made the back kind of like into the front. So let's go back to the decoration, and I want to select that front that I dragged, and I can click this section that says show as guides. So that makes it into a guide, and a guide is just something that doesn't show up in the final geometry for the cutting, but I can still use it to place things around. So I'm going to zoom in to look at it carefully. So I think one of the questions was how to make this into like a hockey related thing. So to make it quick, I'm going to grab a sort of asset from this website called the Noun Project. So I'm just going to search for hockey puck. This is a website where you can download like SVGs that you can use for your needs. So this one looks good. I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna download an SVG because I want to be able to do things with it. And back in Cuddle, I can actually go to File and import SVG. And so I'm going to grab that hockey puck I just downloaded. You can, of course, get the art from wherever you want it, or you can make your own. So I want to size it so it fits where I want it to fit. So I'm going to place it right there. I'm going to change the size even more. So, at this point, I can place it like right on the center. And then just by placing it right there on the decoration component, if I go look at the cut, it's going to be placed exactly where I want it. So let's go back to the decoration section, and maybe to make it, read more as a hockey related thing, I'm going to add like some sticks. So let's search for some hockey stick. I'm doing it this way because I just want to quickly show you how to do it. So let's try this one. So I'm going to download an SVG. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to go to File, Import SVG, and I got those sticks. And I'm going to resize them so they fit where I want them. I'm going to place them something like there. And so The reason I have the front as a guide is because sometimes I want to size something. So the lines, for example, in this case, I know when I assemble these sections are going to be covered by the front. And so if I look at the cut, that's pretty much what I want. So this is how I would create the ones that would be engraved, because I left them filled. If I go back to the README, I can even see that those are right there. And we can even confirm that things are working. So I can type any other name. I can type any other number, and things are still working. So the only difference is that sometimes you might want to have engraved components and also scored components. So you might want to change some of them to have, in this case, John is not working great, but anyway, so if you want to have some scored components, you can remove the fill from those sticks and then assign them a stroke. And then usually for score, we use blue. So something like these. I might even want to rotate it. Not that far. And now in this case, let's try another number. And now in this case, I could even have like the sticks being scored and the hockey puck being engraved. So, I can resize it here. I think it's a little challenging to create decorations for these, as the name is always going to be changing. So you might want to adjust it for specifically what you want. And if I want both of them to be scored, I can always change the stroke here and the fill. And in this case, both of those items would be scored. Let's try just another example. So I'm going to delete these, and I'm going to try something like a race car. So I can search for a race car, the noun project. This kind of like Formula One looks kind of cool. I'm going to download the SVG, go back to my Cuddle project, and then go to File, Import SVG, select that race car. And once again, I just need to resize it properly, place it where I want it. I usually like to, I want to place it on the center. This one could be made in a more generic fashion, because then any name could be placed here. And if you want it engraved, or if you want to change the size, you can always just go back to this decoration section. Like if I were to have my name, I would want the card really big to cover a lot of the space. So yeah, this is like the basic idea for modifying specifically this one and making it work for many other designs. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for sending questions. Okay, bye.